Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, the city of Victoria has named 4 finalists for Chief of Police.
Authorities prepared following Thursday's historic indictment of former President Donald Trump.
And the Biden White House says Republicans aren't showing much interest in gun legislation.
We had an awfully windy day today, but they're going to be settling down tonight. The winds are. And tomorrow, I think you got a pretty good looking Saturday in store. We'll have all your 7-day forecast coming up in a moment.
And Homemade with Adarius will catch up with an award-winning artist in the Crossroads. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us. I'm James Munoz.
And I'm Karina Garcia. Happy Friday.
Yes, the city of Victoria has named 4 finalists for police chief. Cedric Andrus has more than 30 years of law enforcement experience with the Louisiana State Prison and the New Orleans Police Department, Arlington Police Department, and Henderson Police Department. He retired from the HPD last month.
And the next finalist is Eric Blanchard. He started his law enforcement career in 2000 after graduating the Del Mar Police Academy at the top of his class. He has worked for the Mathis Police Department, the Portland Police Department, and was hired as chief of Aransas Pass Police Department in 2012. And the third finalist is Dr. Jonathan B. Flores. He has served as the City of Alton Police Chief since 2018, and he has also served as an Assistant City Manager for the City of Alton. Flores started his law enforcement career in 2001 as an Emergency Communications Specialist for the City of McAllen. In 2005, he worked for the City of San Juan. He also served with the McAllen ISD Police Department and the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office.
The final candidate for Chief of Police in the Victoria PD is Chuck Young. He served the Victoria Police Department as Deputy Police Chief since 2021. He joined the Dallas PD in 1980, where he rose to the rank of Major before retiring to the private sector in 2019. He served as the Senior Security Manager for the Dallas Symphony Association before returning to law enforcement in Victoria. For more on the 4 finalists you just saw for Chief of Police in the Victoria Police Department, come to crossroadstoday.com. Next week, those finalists will tour the community and meet with city leaders and other stakeholders. The city plans to name a sole finalist in April.
That's right, and this is going to bring us to your viewer poll this afternoon. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Who do you prefer for the Police Chief of Victoria? Cedric Andrus, Eric Blanchard, Jonathan B. Flores, or Chuck Young? We want to keep on hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate, and we will of course have an update on 25 News Now at 6.
A student in the Edna ISD is in trouble with the law. Administrators say on Wednesday a student posted a video talking about shooting up the school. It was posted Tuesday night. Administrators called the Edna Police Department. Officers searched the student and his backpack. No weapon was found. The Edna PD detained that student, who faces legal and other school consequences as a result of posting the video. The student was removed from campus. The Edna ISD has a see something, say something protocol and a zero tolerance for school threats. All right, let's see how your weekend's going to be. Lots of people getting out, maybe a long walk. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez.
Thank you, James. I think we're going to be in good shape. Today, obviously, was a very windy day. Right now, we're still looking at winds at 16 miles an hour. We gusted up to 38 miles an hour this afternoon, so some people's hair was going sideways. 82 right about now. Tonight, as the wind settles down, we have a tiny little front coming in, and I think it's going to do good things for us, especially for Saturday. I'll have your 7-day forecast coming up in just a moment. Back to you.
Mac, thank you. Mexico's government will compensate the families of the victims of the deadly fire at a migrant detention center. Mexico's president authorized the compensation. 39 people died and several others were hurt after authorities say a group of migrants started a fire in their holding cell on Monday in protest. Mexican government leaders say the migrants were behind a locked door when no employees made an attempt to rescue them. The fire is now being investigated as a homicide. At least 8 people were detained who might be held responsible.
There's increased security outside the Manhattan courthouse. This after Thursday's indictment of former President Donald Trump. Trump faces more than 30 counts related to business fraud. He's expected to appear in front of a judge Tuesday. Members of the Secret Service are preparing for the trip and that court appearance. They're meeting with the NYPD and investigators to go over logistics and monitor all of the Trump's movements. Law enforcement officers are monitoring social media and assessing any threats against the parties involved, as well as protests. Hope you're ready to smile. Homemade with Adarius is our chance to showcase some amazing talent here in the Crossroads.
Today, Adarius caught up with a student who is now an award-winning artist.
We recently took a trip over 40 miles west to Nordheim. With a population of under 500 people, students in the district share one school from K through 12th grade. Some of the students made a trip to the Houston Livestock Show. That's where 4th grader Xander John won a gold medal for his artwork. Nordheim ISD teacher Richard Scott chose the drawings for the contest. He says Xander's sketch actually looked better than the drawing, so Scott entered the sketch and it won big.
The one we went with was his sketch for what the final one was. He did his final one, and I was like, the sketch is so much better. So, because he put all the stuff in the final one, and the sketch it was really good.
Xander figured Mr. Scott turned the sketch in as an accident, and his sketch was a little different than the original drawing.
He accidentally sent my other one that has like the horse right behind the fence, and the fence was like right behind the road. It was like some kind of ranch.
Xander says the original piece had more elements than the piece that was used. The sketch had the horses with smaller animals like rabbits. Xander says he turned a daydream into reality on paper.
It's because I just imagined in my head, and I draw the outline with the pencil.
Though Xander did a good job, he struggled with the drawing. His fight with watercolor was a hard one.
I've had to teach him about watercolors a little bit, because when he first started playing with watercolors, if the paper's wet, the watercolors will bleed into each other, and he did not like that at first. So I'm like, okay, we gotta dry it first, and then you can do another color.
From trying to perfect watercolor to winning big at the Houston Livestock Show, Xander was excited the entire time. He and Mr. Scott shared a word of advice for aspiring artists.
You just have to try to imagine, and then just try to think about, and then draw it.
Practice. Art. If you've ever seen the movie Ratatouille, where the chef says anybody can cook, anybody can draw. Yeah.
Congratulations, Xander. The 4th grader created a masterpiece, and that's why we chose to show off his homemade artwork. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com.
High five, good job. In Washington, D.C., while President Biden and Democratic lawmakers are pushing for gun safety legislation, many Republicans are not interested in that. President Biden has repeatedly called on Congress to take action, including an assault weapons ban. Some Republicans believe President Biden is trying to undermine the Second Amendment. Others say going after guns isn't the way to address mass shootings. Monday's incident at the Covenant School was the deadliest school shooting since last May, when 21 people were killed in Uvalde. You saw that artwork in person?
I did when I went to the Houston Rodeo. Good job, Xander.
Yes, stay
Cutest
with
little
us.
kid.
Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. 2 people are dead after a car crash involving a police cruiser in Ohio.
Also ahead today, Biden in Mississippi announcing help for people in areas ravaged by those deadly tornadoes last week. Here's a look at Community Crossroads this weekend. We speak to incumbent candidate Brett Baldwin for District 3, candidate BJ Nelson, incumbent Tammy Keeling for District 5, and candidate Rick Jones. And we also learn about the Victoria College bond election.
It is a student success center, and that is a 3-story new build in the center of campus. And it also includes a renovation of our current student center.
Victory GMC is the favorite in the Crossroads because our staff has years of experience and they know how to make their customers smile.
Walter Dixon, 32 years.
Lena Briggs, 38 years.
Jose Garza, 24 years.
Jake Hargis, 23 years.
Houston Polyver, 3 years.
Come let the right people give you a world-class buying experience. We think you'll call it victory.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
Hi, I'm Charlie Garcia.
And I'm Rico Garcia.
And we are USA Concrete Coatings.
If you're ready to upgrade your business, restaurant, garage, man cave, or porch, then you're ready for USA Concrete Coatings.
We'll have your floors looking flawless with our exclusive USA Concrete Coatings products. We'll ensure that your concrete coating is strong and durable. It's antimicrobial and comes with a lifetime warranty.
USA Concrete Coatings, from concrete to custom in just one day.
Lindsay Lohan is having a baby. She's expecting her first child with her husband, Bader Shamus. That sounds like you got money. Bader Shamus. Monday, we're live.
Cheers to a good time. Cheers to a good time.
And there's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
It's just too dangerous.
Let's rock.
A crash involving an Ohio police cruiser this morning left 2 people dead, including a Springfield Township officer. The law enforcement vehicle is almost unrecognizable. The other car involved was also heavily damaged. The 31-year-old officer was killed along with the driver of the other vehicle, a 50-year-old man. Meanwhile, another officer who was responding to the crash was involved in a separate accident. The officer was taken to the hospital in minor condition. Controversial internet personality Andrew Tate has won an appeal to replace his detention with house arrest after spending several months in a Romanian jail on suspicion of organized crime and human trafficking. The Court of Appeal ruled in favor of his appeal, which challenged a judge's decision last week to extend his arrest a 4th time for 30 days. Tate was initially detained in December in Romania's capital along with his brother and 2 Romanian women. All 4 will remain under house arrest until April 29th.
During his visit to Rolling Fork today, President Biden is expected to announce this administration will cover the full cost of the state's emergency response. President Biden will also announce FEMA is opening disaster recovery centers in 4 counties across Mississippi. Last weekend's storms killed at least 26 people and knocked out power for thousands of homes and businesses. There are currently more than 300 federal personnel working to help the ongoing response to that disaster. There's a less common sleep malady that's not commonly known. It's called idiopathic hypersomnia.
A person suffering from this is extremely tired during the day despite getting enough sleep. Here's more.
It can make a person feel like no amount of sleep is ever enough. Idiopathic hypersomnia can take its toll on every aspect of life.
It's hard to have a job when you're needing to sleep 10 to 12 hours a day. There's social isolation, there's increased incidence of depression. We know that people who sleep excessively probably don't live as long. They have more health problems in general.
Sleep physician Dr. Louis Kazaglis says those suffering from this sleep condition are exhausted when they should be awake and alert.
The 2 most common complaints are sleep that's not refreshing. So you get a full night of sleep and you're still waking up feeling tired or groggy, and then sleeping way more than normal.
Kazaglis says the first thing to do is simply make sure a person's getting sufficient sleep and that it's at an appropriate time. The next step is seeing if other sleep disorders are at play.
Things like restless legs or obstructive sleep apnea are much more common than other conditions like narcolepsy or idiopathic hypersomnia.
Once any other sleep disorders have been treated, Kazaglis says medication can help manage the sleepiness.
In the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of research in this department, and we're really starting to see some advances.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Today's a historic day in Connecticut. For the first time ever, the trans pride flag is flying over the state capitol. The raising of the flag is in recognition of International Transgender Day of Visibility. In a press conference, the Lieutenant Governor touched on what the day means for the state.
Today is a historic day because this is the first time ever The transgender flag will be flown over our state capitol. In 2019, we had the first Pride flag flying over the state capitol. So today is a great day. We celebrate and we recognize the many contributions that the transgender and gender nonconforming community have had in our beautiful state.
The Lieutenant Governor was joined by state legislators and LGBTQ advocates to celebrate this day.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Certainly a windy day, 38-mile-an-hour wind gusts. They're going to be settling down, and I think you're going to like the forecast for the weekend. Next week, I'm not so sure you're going to like that one. Well, anyway, we'll have all that coming up in just a moment.
Lindsay Lohan is having a baby. She's expecting her first child with her husband, Bader Shamus. That sounds like you got money. Bader Shamus. Monday, we're live.
Cheers to a good time. Cheers to a good time.
It's the anniversary mattress sale at Lax. Shop a huge selection of mattresses from Restonic, Tempur-Pedic, Reserve by Lax, and more. Like this Restonic Queen mattress set for $895. The anniversary mattress sale going on now at Lax.
At Bravo Autos, we turn buying a new car into a fiesta! Welcome to Bravo. Are you here for the big fiesta? Oh, yeah! We have a great selection of cars and trucks that make you want to dance!
Plus over $1 million in pre-owned inventory, including certified pre-owned Hondas.
Financing so easy, it makes you want to sing! Who are we? Bravo!
Well, what are you supposed to do if you're in a hot tub and a mountain lion comes up? Turn off the bubbles.
I Googled
Hot tub mountain lion attack.
You make yourself as big as possible.
Okay, well, I can't do that.
Next live, Lorraine Rocco and Jeremy Jordan.
We stand up, make ourselves as big as possible, make a lot of sound. We say things like, "Get out of here, mountain
You mountain lion."
Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19th to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Welcome back, everybody. Windy day out there. We're looking at 82 degrees. The south wind settling down just a little bit, but it really should settle down overnight. I'll tell you why, but it was quite windy this afternoon. Now, we had a lot of cloud cover. We actually had a little light rain around the area, reported at the airport about 6 or 7 in the morning, but that's pretty much over with. And so the frontal system that we expect to drag through our area tonight will really knock the winds down and give us a northeast wind, which will make Saturday pretty good. The amazing part of it is this little front that's causing this cloud deck to roll down and will give us a good Saturday is part of a monster storm that is now affecting the country. Now, the president went to visit Mississippi, which got hit last week, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a major story for the next couple of weeks. Now, all of this area in yellow is under a tornado watch, and these little areas in red are where actual tornadoes are occurring even as we speak. Happen to have a tremendous video that came in. This is courtesy of Twitter in Hendrick, Iowa. Can you imagine sitting on your patio there, looking out and seeing that across the way? I mean, that's a tornado, folks, and you know, it's good when it's out in the open field like that, but you just have to watch to see where it goes. And you know, not that I encourage storm chasing, I don't, but if you know which direction it's traveling, generally to the northeast, you can sort of angulate yourself to where you can get close enough to take a picture of it, but I don't encourage it myself. You really got to know what you're doing when you're doing that. Now, this is the reason for all of that. The monster low is why we had that strong wind blowing up across our area and into it, and yet this is the one that's producing the extremely heavy weather right through the Midwest. Now, this is a classic springtime situation. You've got snow on the top end of it, you've got ice up here, and then you've got this violent weather. It's half the country is under this tornado watch, and let me tell you, we've had we've had another one in Little Rock, Arkansas, that went through the northwest side of the city, and that's going to be a story tonight, let me tell you. Now, in the next day or so, the storm moves east across the Great Lakes. It's going to trail that frontal system down into our area, and we are getting benefits of that monster storm. We are looking at a little bit of a northeast wind to roll in overnight, and tomorrow the winds will settle down, and I think the bays will be fairly smooth to get out there on the boat on a Saturday morning. I don't think you'll have a big wind problem to deal with, but then on Sunday, that whole south thing rolls back up into our area with cloud cover and much warmer weather. Now, I've got to tell you that giving you a heads up here, next week could get very interesting around here. This is the long-term extended. This is out 5 to 6 days. So let me show you what I'm talking about. There's the cloud deck. This is Sunday. Then we go into Monday, still on the quiet side, and then Tuesday. And then by the time we get to Thursday, we're looking for a significant rain event around here. Again, I'll give you a heads up to get ready for it. So hot and windy through Wednesday, and then we'll watch and wait, because from Wednesday to Thursday and into Friday, we've got a big chance for rain. That's our 7-day forecast. Don't forget, we got this QR code. Get your phone and scan that little curly Q thing there and put it on your phone, and you can take Crossroads today wherever you want to go. We'll toss it back to James and Karina.
Curly Q.
Curly
I thought
Q.
of those curly fries.
Curly
Is that
fries.
what they are?
Those are the best kinds
Tater
of fries.
tots? Oh, yes. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we're going to take a look at your stocks. Plus, in business news, Southwest Airlines has unveiled a new action plan to prevent another operational meltdown.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
For months, we've been saying that Fred Loya can save you more money on your car insurance. But just how much more? In recent months, people who switched from Geico and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance have saved over $1,500 a year. State Farm customers who switched to Fred Loya saved over $1,600 a year. Allstate customers saved over $1,100 a year. That's a combined savings of over $240,000 a year. So start paying less. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
150 million Americans feel lonely. The loneliness epidemic.
When I'm feeling lonely, I just feel like there's no one there to support me. Social media allows a space for you to feel like you're not alone. Having 1 or 2 genuine friends is more important than having 100,000 followers.
Don't fall victim. I want you not to make any small talk, but just make eye contact. All new Dr. Phil.
Why so many teenagers don't want to learn how to drive.
It's just really scary going behind the wheel.
Next, Inside Edition. It used to be a rite of passage. Not anymore. The new phenomenon. Driver's license? Who needs it?
With rideshare companies, it makes it a lot easier to get around the city.
Then, the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. America's new obsession. What will the jury decide? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Have a legal question that you don't have the answer to? Crossroads Law is here to help. The esteemed lawyers of the Cole, Easley & Skiba law firm are here to answer them. Submit your questions to crossroadstoday.com. This is a free service where you can find practical answers about real-life situations you might have encountered. Crossroads Law is a service of the Victoria Television Group and the law firm of Cole, Easley & Skiba, advocates of trial by jury.
Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow gaining 415 points, the S&P up 59 points, and the Nasdaq gains 208 points. Oil up $1.30, closing at $75.67 a barrel. Southwest is releasing an action plan to prevent another meltdown. Last December, nearly 17,000 flights were canceled and 2 million passengers were stranded over the holiday season. The plan includes adding more winter equipment and staffing at some airports. Southwest also plans to invest $1.3 billion in technology updates this year. The funding will go to finding a quicker restart during extreme weather and improving communications and decision making.
A new Pew Research survey shows half of Americans support a government ban on TikTok. Only 22% oppose a ban and the rest are unsure. The younger are more likely to oppose a ban. It makes sense given how popular the video sharing app is with teens and young adults. People who know about TikTok's connection to China are more likely to support a ban. The survey found 64% of Americans know a Chinese company owns the app. Republicans are more likely to support a ban than Democrats.
Do you have TikTok?
I have all of them. Snapchat. Yeah, I think I have all of them.
We're up to date with technology.
Now, I'm mostly active on Facebook and Twitter. How about you?
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram is where I gravitate.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
So catch me on there because we're both on there. Alrighty, stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast. Plus, Vogue Philippines features its latest cover star, a 160-year-old tattoo artist.
Do you want to make an impact in your community? Join Golden Crescent CASA at their first annual Volunteer Expo for Child Abuse Prevention Month on April 4th at the Junior League of Victoria from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn more about a few of the many organizations in our community that can use your help. For more information, visit goldencrescentcasa.org or call 361-573-3734.
Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC want to let you know that you can lean on us. We will award $500 to a deserving winner. Drop off an entry form at any of our participating dealerships in the Lean On Me drop box with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more information or to enter online. You can tune in every other Thursday at the 6, 9, and 10 p.m. news to view our winners. Lean On Me is sponsored by Victory Kia and Victory Buick GMC.
I was in the house saying, Jasmine, some girls are here to fight.
The danger.
And then you decide to go outside.
I felt threatened.
If you feel threatened, just stay in your house.
The attack.
It was Jasmine that just straight sucker punched me in my face. And as I fell on the ground, she was on top of me.
Then a mother's revenge.
If somebody did that to my daughter, I might be angry enough to take a sledgehammer to their car.
Next, Judge Judy.
The stage is set, a Hollywood week like you've never seen before. Incredible. Sunday and Monday, the two-night event begins. Your favorite Idol legends return to mentor.
This is going to be fun.
And the performances, wow. But one hopeful leaves everyone stunned.
Does that mean that you have decided to leave the competition?
American Idol, new Sunday and Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. See what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. Now, during the final days of Truck Month, lease a new Ford F-150 for just $498 a month, plus complimentary maintenance. Hurry in to your Texas Ford dealer.
Vogue Philippines has unveiled its latest cover star. Here it is. 106-year-old Wango D is a tattoo artist from the mountain village of Bascalan in the Kalinga province of the Philippines. She has perfected the art of hand-dipping tattoos since she was a teenager after being taught by her father. She's considered the Philippines' oldest traditional Kalinga tattooist. She says she's training her grandnieces to keep the tradition alive. The centenarian is the oldest person ever to appear on a Vogue cover.
Look at her, she's completely covered. That's a hard lady.
Explain that she doesn't do the stuff with the little electric things, right?
It's the old-fashioned way.
Traditional.
The tradition. What is that?
Traditional is like it's a hot needle, and then you dip it in ink, right? I believe so, and then you go dun, 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 like precise detail.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Sounds painful.
No, thank you.
But the cultures of the Pacific have that.
Yeah, it's
been going on
deep-rooted.
for years. It just takes a lot of courage.
Yeah.
That's all. All right, folks. Tonight the winds are still up a little bit, but they'll be decreasing by tomorrow morning. That little front is actually going to drift through and give us a northeast wind early. Actually, your Saturday is looking pretty good. It'll be up into the 80s and not a bad day at all. Not bad for Sunday, but the clouds will be thicker, and then Monday, rather warm. Giving you a heads up that about 4 or 5 days from now, beginning on Wednesday and into Thursday, I see a big rain. Okay, how big? Not exactly sure, but it looks like a significant rain event where we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain out of it, and we'll certainly be keeping on top of that because we will be tracking it.
What's the deadline to catch all those wildflowers?
Ooh.
Well, you know, some last a good 2-3 months.
Okay.
I think you'll do well, and the rain is going to do them well as well. To
Get out there, take those photos.
Keep them fresh.
Remember, we're always on at Crossroads Today Plus.
That's right, and we hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6.